In the whispering woods, Ember, the fiery cat, and Drift, the serene river cat, had been drawn to each other by an unspoken connection. Fire and water, opposites that seemed to balance one another. But over time, tension grew between them. Ember's need for closeness made Drift retreat, while Drift's desire for space left Ember feeling abandoned. Their differences, once harmonious, were now pulling them apart. This is where their story continues. Ember's warmth had always drawn Drift in, but now it felt like a flame growing too intense. The more she tried to pull him closer, the more Drift slipped into the cool mist seeking safety. Ember, desperate for reassurance, didn't realize her fire was pushing him further away. Each time she asked him to stay, Drift felt overwhelmed, unsure how to handle the intensity without retreating. Both of them, without realizing it, were caught in a cycle of denial, thinking their actions would eventually bring them back together. Days passed, and the cycle continued. Ember burning brighter, Drift retreating deeper into the mist. Ember, feeling the sting of Drift's distance, suggested they spend more time together, hoping it would solve things. Drift, though agreeing on the surface, still withdrew, suggesting they take things slower to ease his discomfort. Neither of them realized that these efforts were only surface-level fixes, temporary bargains that avoided the real issue. As their efforts failed, frustration boiled over. Ember's heart ached with rejection. Why wasn't she enough? Drift felt trapped by the heat of her emotional intensity. Their anger simmered beneath the surface, unspoken but heavy. Drift retreated so far into the mist one evening that Ember could barely see him. "I don't know how to keep going like this," she said softly, her flames flickering with sadness. Drift, too, felt exhausted, unable to stay without feeling consumed. Both of them were tired, weary from the struggle. They sat in silence, each lost in their thoughts. Ember's flickering flames dimmed as she wondered if there was any way forward, or if Drift would always retreat when she needed him most. Drift, too, felt the weight of the distance, unsure how to keep his sense of safety while staying close to Ember's fire. In the quiet, both began to realize that their ways of coping weren't working and that they couldn't continue like this. After a long silence, Drift finally spoke. "We need to do things differently. This isn't working." Ember nodded, her flames low but steady. They began to talk for the first time, not in anger or frustration, but with acceptance. Drift acknowledged that pulling away hurt Ember, while Ember admitted that her intensity was overwhelming for Drift. Slowly, they started to negotiate a new way forward. Drift asked for space when he felt overwhelmed, and though hesitant, Ember agreed, on the condition that Drift would stay emotionally present, even when things felt difficult. They crafted a silent contract between them. Ember promised to give Drift room to retreat without fearing he would leave for good. And Drift agreed to stay more emotionally available, even when the fire burned brightly. For the first time, they shared their fears openly. Ember's fear of being abandoned, Drift's fear of being consumed. Neither blamed the other, they simply listened. With this new understanding, Ember's flames softened, no longer burning out of fear, and Drift stayed closer, his mist swirling gently around her warmth. They hadn't solved all their problems, but they had taken the first step towards something new. They knew conflict would still arise, but now they had a way to manage their differences without letting their old wounds take control. As Ember's flames softened and Drift stayed closer, their relationship transformed. It wasn't just about promises anymore, it was about truly seeing each other. When Drift felt the need to slip into the cool mist, he didn't disappear without a word. He learned to pause, to look into Ember's glowing eyes and let her know, "I'll be back, I just need a moment in the river." And Ember, instead of burning brighter in panic, nodded with understanding. She trusted him now. Ember too changed. She no longer pushed her flames onto Drift when he seemed distant. Instead, she found new ways to shine softly without overwhelming him, knowing that his return was certain. She realized that Drift's retreat into the mist wasn't a rejection of her, but a need for calm, and she no longer felt abandoned when he stepped away. They had found a balance, a way to honor each other's hearts without losing their own. And with that, they began to walk together once more, not as fire and water pulling apart, but as partners learning to exist side by side, whole and accepted.